What's up, everybody? Thank you for hanging out. Willie Barcena's dropping. Today, man, we're gonna chill because we just got off the road. We spent, I don't know, 3 or 4 days in Tempe, Arizona. Tempe Improv, man. We love you guys. Thank you for chilling with us. Had my boy Deejay over there. You and my favorite video guy. What's your name, man?
Steve. What's up, guys?
My favorite video guy, Steve, man. He's really good. Really good at what he does. It's Fabian. That's my second kid. They always say, I don't know why therapists always say a bunch of things about the kid in the middle. So, is that true? You guys are like a lot more fucked up than the first one and the last one. Would you say that's true?
I mean, I like to have more fun. No.
I think the stereotype is like y'all are ignored, right?
I guess, but I mean, I felt loved.
Start drinking, then we'll start drinking some more. Then we'll see. Well, everybody, man. Anyways, in Tempe, we had a lot of fun, you guys. Like I said, we had Lola. Thank you for opening up the show for us at the Improv out there. It's a great week, and for me, I like talking about life, but a lot of life for me is through stand-up, and a lot of people will ask me after shows, man, is that real? Did that really happen? And yes, a lot of that, which I don't know, it's a high in the 80% and up. That stuff is real, and I really love sharing that on stage, and I love when I share a joke or a story. It's not really a joke. They're usually stories, and they work. A lot of times they won't work. A lot of times I tell a story, and without the humor, it's just a story. But and the reason for me is, and I know there's comedians that love telling stories without the joke because they're all of a sudden labeled alternative, right? Alternative. You tell this long story without any humor in it. Now you're alternative. With me, it's like, no, man, he just told the story, so it needs the humor, and that's where for me as a comedian, everybody's got their own style. I get it. You guys that tell your long stories has no humor in it, and you're alternative, right? And the people that don't get you, it's because they're not deep like you. But no, man, I just don't fucking like your style. I don't fucking laugh. I don't like you. If a podcast, I think a podcast might interject some humor, and it might provoke conversation. But I think that's more for podcasts, man. I mean, what's your vibe on that, Fabian?
Yeah, well, I was gonna ask you. Have you ever written like or told a joke where it was like 100% made up? Where you just thought it was funny, or is everything like from when you started your career, has everything kind of been from a true story?
No, everything, even if it's okay. Let's say I tell a joke that's. And I'll say, okay, no, that joke's made up. I know the seed of the joke might be 10% of it is truth, and the reason for that is because my comedy hero, one of the only. I mean, there's a few, obviously. Lenny Bruce. I loved how he talked about truth when he was younger, and Carlin. Carlin went in and out, jokey with truth. And then Richard, as he evolved, it was just like all like from the heart, man, and then how he talked about the neighborhood, and even the joke that is not true, right? Like Richard Pryor had a joke, Fabian. You probably have never heard of it, but he talks about Dracula in the black neighborhood, you know? And you could see like a wino, even though it's all made up, you could see how a wino would react if he did run into Dracula. You know what I mean? So even though that's made up, there's like some truth in this made up stuff. But I don't know, man. I to answer your question, bro, I went a long route to answer this. But yeah, everything has something of truth, man. And that's what makes it special for me. And but everybody's got their own style, you know. There's a lot of guys, which I like to call them jokey, like very jokey, and they amuse me. Some of those guys make me laugh, you know. But for the most part, I like those cats that told the stories, and I try not to watch the new ones, man. You know, like the Chappelle's, which is, I think Chappelle's an animal. I think Bill Burr's an animal. But I don't. There's only one time I was really happy. I watched Bill Burr, man. Mm-hmm. And it's do you remember when your mom, when we were together, she got a dog. Do you remember she got a dog? And it looked like a cute little puppy.
The dog that we have right now.
No, you guys had a dog before that, remember?
Oh.
And it looked like really cute, but it ended up being like this. It had like a little body with a big head. It was like a Rottweiler. It was a mix.
No. Yeah. It was. I was in 8th grade, and dude. So I begged mom for a dog, right?
Just you? Is this you getting that dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
We already went through this, but.
No.
He's like getting mad. Was that you?
I knew that was, dude. I knew that was gonna happen, bro. And I told you, I called that, right?
Yeah, you did.
The cigar dropped because I saw where you put it, and I go, it's gonna drop. And sure
Deejay
enough,
got me this little fucking.
I did what your dad said, dude.
All right, bro.
So yeah, so he gets me this, or mom gets me. We go to the pound, and we find this little cute. It was like a little pit. It looked like a mini pit bull, right?
Okay,
it looked like very docile and sweet.
It didn't look like a pit bull, bro.
No,
really did not look like a pit bull.
No. It didn't. And then
it grew into a pit bull.
No. So I guess it was just really malnourished and sick.
Oh, dang.
At the shelter.
Yeah,
so we thought it was just like really like, just
like a mutt, like a cute mutt,
yeah,
like a mixed breed of what you might be. I thought might have been a mixed retriever with something else.
No, it was a really like beautiful dog, bro. And then we started feeding it, and that thing just fucking grew like muscles on fucking muscles, bro.
And it had a big Rottweiler head.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's my story. So I was writing a bit about that. I was writing a bit about this dog that we got that ended up being this fucking mean ass dog that we just couldn't keep. And I'm at the ice house, never seen fucking anybody do this bit, and I'm watching Bill Burr, and he's doing the exact same bit. He's telling a story, not exactly the way I wrote it, but it paralleled a lot. And I said, holy shit. If I would tell my story, and then I had never seen Bill Burr do his story, guarantee you people would be like, oh, motherfucker stole it from Bill Burr.
Yeah.
And I would have said like, fuck, I never saw him do it, but thank God, man, I saw him. Honestly, I keep all my jokes are on paper. I just ripped it up, threw it in the trash, and never fucking talked about it, bro. That's why I never talked about that dog ever.
Yeah, because that's such a specific thing. Like, how many people has that happened to?
Dude, so go ahead.
I was gonna ask you, so whenever you saw Richard Pryor, is that how you knew how to write? You were gonna write the truth immediately? Did you already know how to write whenever you first started writing?
No, I didn't know how to write, man. I was just, it was trial and error. I just used to write a joke about, obviously when when you're a young comedian, you just talk about being a kid and being poor. Right? I mean, every young comedian that grew up poor writes about that.
Yeah.
Because not all comedians grow up poor, right? There's some that are middle class and they can't write about that because that didn't happen. So they write about whatever situations they went through. But yeah, I connected a lot with that. And then, so yeah, man, a lot of trial and error, and and I like talking about truth. And it's funny because as I evolve, I have to keep writing about truth, And one of the things that the road did for me is, and we had Sal Rodriguez here, the drummer for War.
Yeah, he was super super cool guy.
Yeah, and he talked about the one thing that he touched upon was how lonely the road is. He talked about, and you guys know. I mean, bro, you pussied out after a couple of weeks with me on the road.
It wasn't a couple weeks. It was at least a year, man.
A whole year straight?
Yeah, it was about a year.
It was a long time, dude.
Yeah, it's just, time flies when we're having fun.
No. You didn't go on the road for like at least like half a year, dude. It was, you skipped out on a lot of them.
Yeah.
But what I try to tell you, bro, is you fucking bailed. I mean, and I get it, bro. I'm not gonna force you to do something you don't want to do. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna force you, but at the time you go, hey man, I want to take a break from going on the road with me, but I think you realized, and you only did it for like for a year on and off, for a year on. You would take a little break, a week break, 2 weeks, but you did it for a year. But the road can kick your ass, And I've been doing it for going on 30 years, and so one of the things I did, obviously I like to drink. I mean, this is no fucking secret. People know I like to drink. But one of the things that I mixed in, I think 10 years into it, took me 10 years or maybe even a little bit longer to keep from going fucking nuts. I started reading books, and obviously books, everything I read was about emotional growth and psychological issues that people have, and a lot of it was the term self-help, right? Were those books, man. And damn, because I know I was emotionally, they say, talk about, people that, some people that are very stable, they'll say things like, that guy has a lot of emotional growth, or what's the other term they use for people that are
emotionally
maturity, emotional maturity. And go ahead.
So I heard I've heard this from multiple people, and even yourself, you said this a couple times, that in your early days of stand up, that you would when you would say a joke, you would tell it, but you would tell it really angry and fucking, and almost fucking make the crowd fucking laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I was early in my career, man. I remember people telling me when I would get off stage, they were like, "You're so funny, man, but why are you so mad?"
I feel like that was the phase because your first album, you didn't sound mad at all. I'm talking about these are just jokes.
Yeah, but I was coming in and out of as a person that's growing, man. But you know what? Listen, bro. This is my son, and I had no guidance, and what I like about you and your brothers is that every time I would read a book about some type of growth, I would share it with your brothers, and you guys were teenagers at the time. And I know at first you weren't receptive. It takes a while. You put a book in someone's hand, and I know you guys had a lot of anger towards me, and you were like, "Fuck this dude and his book," right? Or how did you receive when I would tell you, son, you should read this, it's gonna make you open up your mind?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, man, this guy's still an asshole. Why the fuck am I supposed to read this?
Right, yeah.
But I was also open-minded to it though. But dude, he showed me the secret. I didn't know what the fuck it.
Oh, the secret. Yeah.
Bro, I was 8 years old, and he had me and my brother watch The Secret, and I was like, what the? I was fucking drifting into sleep, dude.
Yeah, that was one of the first ones that came out.
Me too. Yeah, that was my first one too.
That was one of the first ones that came out that talked about energy and vibrations and frequencies and manifesting. That's the first time I ever heard about it.
Yep.
And I don't give a... You can talk all this shit you want, a lot of people out there, but that was one of the first books that came out talking about those type of things, because I had never heard of them, man. I thought that everything, you work hard, don't fucking cry, don't be a pussy, go after it. People fuck you over, fuck them,
Yeah.
And then, but then this one, man, had a had a man, a deeper sense to everything. And then so I shared it with these guys. I don't know, you were 8 when I first had you watch The Secret, I think, right?
Yeah, I remember I kind of had like once I was like 12 years old, I kind of understood it, and I was like one of the only ones in my friend group. And then now that I'm older, like, man, it's grown so much, like it's so universal now, like everybody knows. Like before, it literally was like kind of like a secret, you know, and then now it's so popular.
But no, mijo, I tell you what, this is what's hard for me sometimes, man, and because I run into people that I knew from junior high that were like, you know, back then you're very street, right? That's what's difficult, man. When you run into people that you knew from junior high that were real fucking street, and then you run into them 40 years later, man, right? And I run into them at a bar. I run into them, you know, I don't know, man, just one of my shows or whatever. And they talk exactly the same, bro. Like no fucking growth. And I have to sit there, man, and I have to dumb it down like I'm in fucking 8th or 9th grade or 10th grade, you know? And they're like, yeah. And then I'll hear, and they'll talk to me like, hey, what's up, motherfucker? And they start bagging on me, and I'm like, really, bro? After all these years, after all these fucking years, there was no fucking growth.
I've seen like drunk ass dudes like come up to you and like bag on you as you're taking a picture.
Yeah,
and your face, dude, is so funny because like you're trying to be nice, but you're just like, man,
fuck you.
No, you know, it's not that I get mad. I tell you what bothers me more than that, Fabian, DJ. This would bother me more than that. Not that they're bagging on me. The frustration in me comes like, you had fucking 40 fucking years or 30 something years to grow. And listen, man, I'll be the first to tell you, man, I'm not the brightest guy at all, but I will try to grow as a person, you know? I'm the slowest fucking reader. Like, if you put me in a group, the slowest reader in the group would probably be me. But one thing I understood was this. I would ask somebody who's like probably a sharp mind, right? A guy that I would think is like, oh man, that guy's probably that guy's very sharp. I respect this guy. And then I would ask, have you read this book? And they're like, no, I haven't read that book. And I think, this guy could probably read this book in 3 days. But it was almost like I started putting together, it was like the turtle and the hare, right?
Yeah.
Right? You know, like the turtle's all slow, and I thought, okay, well, fuck, I'm on the road all the time. I'm not a fast reader, but okay, it's gonna take me, I don't know, 2 weeks, a month to read this fucking book, you know? But however long it takes me to read a book, in that month or 3 weeks or whatever, this guy hasn't read shit because he thinks he's a know-it-all.
Right.
So I feel like a lot of smart people peak early and they stop growing. And that's a different crowd from the dumb fucks. Because the dumb fucks annoy me more than the people that are which I call intellectually stupid.
Yeah.
You know, because they could be smart and you knew them, you had respect for them. When I was like, man, I still look up to this guy. He's a smart guy. But as you grow up and you try to talk about deeper things or our existence or manifestation and shit like that, and they're like, they can add anything to your conversation, and you're like, oh, this fucking guy, man. And then they'll do stupid jokes, like you said, son. When they hug me and take a picture of me and I hear stupid ass jokes,
yeah.
I'm just like, oh, fucking you dumb monkey, man. I mean, how the fuck could you have existed this long and not have grown just a little bit since fucking 10th grade, you know?
Yeah, no, dude, it's so funny. Like when I'm filming everything, right? And then there's always like one or two guys that like, or girls even, that go up to him and try to be like a comedian too and like tell jokes to him. And dude,
you know what's crazy? There's people that are assholes, like real like we had to kick people out of line before.
people, I really don't believe like somebody says to themselves, hey, I'm an asshole or I choose to be an asshole. No, man. I think it comes from being just stupid.
Yeah.
Because I think one of the smartest things that we do as humans, no matter where you are, as a person who's trying to figure out who they are, is self-awareness. And if you notice, people who are not self-aware, tend to be assholes.
Yeah.
And they're assholes because they lack things, man. Like when I'm doing stand up and you can relate, and then you've seen this, Fabe, when there's somebody in the audience that talks loud, and they don't have to be drunk, man, because it could be the first show and they could just like want to fucking yell shit. And I always say to myself, this guy right here, he doesn't even know he's a dick. He doesn't even know that he's bothering the table next to him, to his left, to his right, in front of him, behind him. He doesn't know that these people paid for a ticket like he did, And that's when I just think it's so sad. I mean, they say we come back as humans. There's theories, right? A theory is that we come back and we live as humans. We're born again, and we're trying to be better than we were the last time. Yeah. And if that theory, which let's just say we go by that theory, there's probably some people that come back and like have to start all over, like because they were morons when they were here. There were morons when they left, and there could be morons when they come back. It's like, damn, man, like grow some fucking levels of maturity or thoughtfulness, right? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But I gotta say, and Deejay, we've shared stuff about growth. I mean, you were able. I think when I first met you, you didn't want to talk about your childhood. You really didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, no.
And he would say, no, bro, I'm not ready to talk about that, or I don't want to get my family involved. Whether it's your mom, whether it's your dad. You were like, no, I don't want to touch that. I don't know if you remember telling me that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wow, bro, that's to me that's real shit. You take stuff that happened in our lives and right, you have coal and you pull a diamond out of it, and that's how I see talking about shit that we don't want to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, dude, my dad had no problem with that, bro. Dude, fucking when I was in 6th grade, I think his Comedy Central special came out. He talked about me fucking jerking off in his socks, bro. When the fucking girls saw that shit.
No, bro, you know what it was? I'll tell you where I got this. I got this from you and your brother were fucking stinkiest fucking young teenagers ever, bro. And then when I would tell you guys, because I cleaned like a paisa, a fucking, because my mom cleaned houses. So and my mom, bro, if I didn't clean the house right, like not like, the way some of the people clean today, some of you ladies, and I'm not being this Neanderthal where the woman cleans the house. No, because I had to clean because it was just my mom, and she would make me clean shit right, bro. Like she would make me like go into corners and fucking get pints on scrub shit with a toothbrush and clean the house right, bro. So I've always been a stickler. Would you say I'm a stickler for cleaning shit right, Fabian?
I mean, like, when you do, like, decide to clean something, yeah. But, I mean, is this coming from the same guy who hires fucking maids to clean his fucking house every week?
Well, yeah, okay, Dick, I have the money to pay ladies to clean
dude, he's giving people
my place, bro. But I'm still clean.
Hey, Deejay, get off his nuts, bro.
Bro. You know what, bro? But
you're dirty as fuck, dude. Shut up. You need some maids.
No, bro. These motherfuckers, I don't know why okay, going back to his socks. Okay, so I would get mad, man. And so I would like when I was home from the road, they would be in school, and I think you guys were in junior high, you and Willie, and I'd just be pissed. So I'd go in there, and I just clean. I'd go under there because it would look clean, like if you looked at it, and I would see clean up, and they would go. What they do, they'd shove everything under the beds
Or the closet,
fucking everything under the beds. Or the other thing they would do is stuff their fucking drawers with dirty and clean clothes. They would have everything.
Dude, that's so gross.
So I would fucking open up their drawers and just take out all the clothes, and then I would go under their beds and fucking pull out everything they had hoarded, man. Fucking I don't know, man. They would just fucking shove everything, and that's when I would find these fucking socks that were like. They were like, you could hit like a brick with them. But, that's when I knew you guys were fucking jerked off like monkeys.
That's right.
But hey, who didn't, right?
Were you embarrassed though?
Did anybody bring that joke up when you were little?
Yeah, well, there's one girl who I was talking to in high school.
Oh, okay.
She said, because I told her my dad's a comedian. She said, oh my God, that's so cool. And then I guess she saw it, and the next day she was like, hey, what's up, crusty socks?
Nice.
Shit.
And I was like, that's right.
How did it feel that your dad went to Comedy Central? Like, was it like cool for you?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I mean, shit, it was like a big thing, dude. Because that came out when I was in Little League, and so we had like a big party, and it was like your first time getting his first special. So yeah, it did feel
like it was like a
awesome.
huge event.
Yeah, it was huge, man. And
but I had already done the Tonight Show many times.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I've been doing stand up for 3 decades, man, and I've been steady. You guys never went without, bro. I mean, I think you told me one time that one of your friends thought you were rich, right? Didn't you tell me that? Right? But I was blue collar comedian, man. I had ups and I had downs. There's times I would have a lot of money, and there's times that it was like, oh shit, how am I gonna figure this shit out, right?
Oh yeah.
Because then there's back with those issues, man. I got myself kicked out of a lot of comedy clubs because of reacting instead of thinking about my consequences.
Right.
Like, hey man, if I snap right now, this comedy club will ban me, and maybe they own 3 other clubs, and they'll all ban me. But I was like, I don't give a fuck. I ain't no phony bitch. But I was never, and if that was because emotional immaturity.
Was that like? Because I know you got on TV super young.
Yeah.
So I know as a young 20-year-old, you're on TV, and then you go to a comedy club. You're like, I could see myself maybe being like, man, fuck these guys. Like, I'm gonna go back on TV next week.
I'm a celebrity.
Yeah.
I don't need this.
So was there ever like that? Like,
no, bro, no, because I did. Okay, going back when I was a young comic, I was on Before You Were Born, because you've seen the videos. You've seen videos of me on A&E's at the Improv, right? MTV Kamikaze. What else? Comic Strip Live. I did all these shows when I was before they were born, bro. Before
and
these guys were,
and all that
before they were even born. Que Locos, all this stuff, and then I would get work, but at the same time, I had a lot of issues that I didn't deal with, and you could say anger, and like, okay, where does this anger come from? I didn't know where the anger came from. I didn't put it together that it was the beatings I got from my mother. I didn't put it together that it was resentment I had from my father leaving me, because remember, we weren't raised to be in touch with our feelings, so everything was just like, fuck you. And then growing up as a kid, you always had less than the other kids. So you have this anger, but you don't know, you can't process. I would go to school mad, teachers would get mad at me because I was mad at them if they yelled at me, because I was always like, in my head, I was like, fuck you, bitch. I get enough of this shit at home, so fuck you. And I would get in trouble.
You would say that to the teachers?
Yeah. So I would always be in the dean's. I remember I'd be in the dean's office.
Hey, but I feel like that's like a good. It's almost a good thing, because I know that's a common trait with a lot of successful people, that when they were kids, they were kind of like nuisances. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they would talk back, get in trouble a lot. Like
Yeah.
I watched an interview, a documentary on Donald Trump. And growing up, he was the troublemaker of his family. Like he did whatever he wanted. He got in trouble at school. His dad sent him to military school, dude.
Yeah.
Damn.
And but then he got his shit together in military school. But that was, one of the traits that he had.
There might be something to that, Fabian. There might be something to people, but I think it could work either way. I believe it depends on your mind, because all of us, anybody out there who struggled, right? Because I'll give you scenarios. Somebody that struggled a lot can go, fuck this. Those things that didn't kill me are gonna make me stronger, right? That which doesn't kill me make me stronger. You could and there's a lot of people that have that philosophy, like you're saying, athletes, actors, businessmen, people that go high in their careers, and I can relate to those people. But then there's also the people that end up feeling sorry for themselves, like they had those same things happen, and they're like, well, that's why I'm a loser. I'm a loser because I didn't have this, or I'm a loser because I didn't have that. So it could work. It's like a double-edged sword, It's like what they say about what the samurai said about a sword. It could be used, to protect you and hunt food, or it could be used to hurt people.
Yeah.
Innocent people. So yeah, I believe it could go either way. And same thing with people that have nepotism. I feel that people that are born into wealth or come from wealth, either get inspired by their parents and say, you know what, man, look at my dad build this company, and man, I'm gonna make him proud. I'm gonna add ideas to his company, right?
Yeah.
Or there's like, fuck, I'm rich because my dad's rich.
Dude,
everybody can kiss my ass, and I'm a fucking asshole. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. The reason I always share books with you, son, and friends, is I know till the day I die, I'll be reading a self-help book, man. I mean, the one I just read was, and I know, bro, it's just because it was called All About Love, because it's called and it's a book that I thought I wouldn't read.
Yeah, me fucking too. What the fuck?
I know, dude, and that's my latest one that I read. It's called, because this person that I'm connecting with said, you know what, like, you just don't know how to love. And like, when someone tells me you just don't know how to love, I was like, fuck, I don't know how to love. They're fucking right. I don't know how to fucking love. So I remember years ago searching on Google when it first came out, what does love mean? That's how, because when I wasn't raised with it, so I remember years ago, I tried to understand it a little bit. It was almost like you when you were 8 and somebody first told you when I first told you about The Secret, and they were just like, fuck is this, right? But then years later, you come back to it again, and some of those things made sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I've definitely seen like your growth in like since I was a kid, and but yeah, I mean now it's crazy to see you like talking about love all the time. Honestly, it makes me feel uncomfortable.
No, bro. And then I said, and then I forget the author's name. I forget this lady's name. She's Ivy League grad and studied on this topic. And I'm sorry that I forget the author's name, man. We'll put it up, right? Can we put the book's called All About Love?
Okay.
Can you find it right there and see who she is?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a red cover. Anyways, she was like, when I was reading it, I was like, okay, all this macho shit I grew up with, let me read this book. And then it was written by, and then here's where my machismo kicks in, right? It's a woman, right? It's a woman author. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck she's gonna know about love? How is a woman gonna teach me about love? But then I thought about all the women that have influenced my life. And I go, wait, I'm being an asshole here, because there's a lot of women that have given me some really good advice about life. I was just kind of being a hardhead. Did it come up yet, bro? Did this lady come up?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the author right now.
And
Cynthia Johnson. Is that the one?
Yeah, let me see the cover, bro. I don't know if that's her. I don't know. And that's not the cover. The cover was just red.
Really?
It was just red, and it said all about love.
Is there a reason you chose that book specifically?
I don't know, man. When I read books, I always say, like, because I'm still old school, right? Nobody goes to Barnes and Noble. I think there's only like 5 left. No, I'm exaggerating, but when I go get a book, I always walk in and I think of a topic that I know I have to work on, and I say to the universe, guide me to a book, because I'm trying to grow here, and whether it's God, yeah, that's it. That's the book. Who is it?
Her name.
Look, you're gonna burn the desk, homie. Oh,
Dude,
God damn, bro.
Dude, what is happening?
Hey,
No,
hey,
that's-
hey.
No.
Remember the book.
I know the cigar. I mean, it's on the wood.
Bell Hooks.
Is this her name?
Yeah, Bell Hooks.
Okay. Well, anyways, she wrote something about why relationships have a lot of issues, and I think we talked about it on that drive to Tempe. By the way, people, we could fly, but one thing, and anybody that knows me, I fucking hate flying. And I've said it before, it's mainly because I hate a lot of people. I hate stupid people, and they somehow always end up at the airport. So I'd rather drive. I'll rent a nice a big SUV or a big van, and I go with my son, I go with my crew, and we stop off in these little cities they're not cities, these little towns, and we'll go to restaurants, and we get off at you know what I mean? We'll eat, and we'll go to gas stations. Go ahead.
Now, you know what's funny is I remember you told me that when we first went on the road, our first road trip was to El Paso. It was 10 hours from LA.
Yeah, and I'll drive there, bro, versus flying.
Yeah, and we drove. He wanted to drive because he said he didn't like the airports. And in my head, I was like, man, this guy's a fucking prima donna. Like, it's just flying, you know?
Okay, really? That's what you thought?
Yeah, I was like, man, this guy's a fucking diva.
Yeah, dude.
And then now, I fucking hate flying too.
Don't you hate airports,
Yeah,
bro?
it sucks.
Oh, that's a trip. I didn't know that you hated it like I do. So yeah,
Yeah, and I think DJ's he's seen me get a little frustrated at the airport.
Oh yeah, dude.
yeah. What have you?
Because we're in Miami and we're in line for the TSA, and they all wanted us to have like our what is it, the tickets ready, right? And I had my ticket ready because I just wanted to listen. I just want to get it over with.
Okay, but the line is massive. It's gonna take at least like an hour for us to get through the.
Yeah. They're always like ridiculous, especially Miami, bro.
Oh, dude,
Miami's up there
huge.
with Chicago O'Hare. It's up there with Houston.
Yeah, definitely.
They're like the hubs for certain airlines, and that makes them super congested. You know. So what happened?
Yeah, so the dude is asking for our tickets. So I show him mine. He's like, hey, can I see your ticket? He's like, yeah, man, it's in my pocket. It's fine. He's like, no, man, show me your ticket.
Who's saying that?
The TSA guy.
No, who is saying it's in my pocket?
Oh, Fabian. Fabian is saying it. He's like, no, man, it's in my pocket, man. Don't worry about it. He's like, no, man, you need to show me your ticket. He's like, no, man, I got my ticket. Just leave me alone. He was like, okay, man, I'm just trying to do my job.
Well, that's something I would do. It's a little frustrating, bro.
Well, yeah, it was coming back from Miami too. So I was a little hungover, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
They
dude,
don't know.
I just want to fucking go home, bro.
Yeah, those people don't know. You're tired. You're exhausted. You're fucking. And then they pick the. I mean, listen. I don't want to paint everybody with the same brush, because I've met some airport people that are just being. For every 8 shitty people that work at the airport, there's 2 that are golden, man. And I'm talking whether they work for an airline or they're security for TSA, and you're just like, I have to go out of my way to just tell them, man, I just want to say you're a good person, man. Thank you for being patient. But 80% of them, just fucking assholes, man. But for that 20%, props and a lot of love. But yeah, no, that's why. Anyways, man, I enjoy it when we take our drives that we can go to gigs that within. I think the most I'll drive is 10 hours. At 10 hours after that, I'll fly. I'll say fuck it. We gotta fly. But
So are you always gonna like drive into El Paso?
no, not always. Sometimes I'm like fuck it. I'll just suck it up.
Hey, have you had any like close like scary flight experiences?
Oh, all the time, bro.
Yeah.
All the time, especially in the winter when you drive to the East Coast or the Midwest and you come in, they're snowy. The states are under snow and they just shake like a motherfucker, and then you start thinking like, is this it? Like, but yeah, no, yeah, I've had that many times.
Hey, have you ever seen the engine catch on fire as you're taking off?
Fuck
What?
no.
Dude, that happened to me one time,
No,
bro.
no.
I was in the air. Oh no, we're taking off, and it was with my baseball team actually, like our last road trip, and we're taking off, and then just me and my friend see the engine just like burst in flames,
Jesus.
and then I'm just like, well, we're in the air, like there's nothing we can do. And I was kind of just like looking around, like, you know what, this is a good group of men to die with.
It's funny.
Dude, that's
we
scary,
think
dude.
a lot alike because I've been on a plane where I've always thought, I wonder how I would react. Man, I've been in some turbulence, man, where the thing just shakes, and then you can hear people go like, ah, you can hear screams.
Yeah.
And then other people are just quiet. And what I do is I put my seatbelt on, like I rarely have it like on, but I'll put it on, I close my eyes, and I say, all right, if this thing goes down, I'm not gonna feel it.
Yeah.
I don't think you feel it.
No, I remember it happened to us one time. I forgot where we were going, but we hit some like nasty turbulence, and there's a girl in the middle of us, and she just freaking screams at the top.
Was this me and you?
Yeah, you remember?
No, I don't remember,
Yeah,
bro. But
and then me and you look at each other, we're just like, fuck.
That's crazy.
well, I think. Well, let me backtrack a little bit, son, because I wanna talk to you about, because we're driving, and go back to that. What's the lady's name? The author from All About Love. Something.
Bell Hooks.
Bell Hooks. So I read this book, right? This book's about love. And she literally obliterates the way men, and at first I'm thinking, oh, you're just trying to pussyfy men again.
Right.
But I gotta give her a chance. Cause that's how I was about Louise Hay, who wrote that book, You Can Heal Your Life. And I read that one like 10 years ago. Or more than 10 years ago. When I first...
That's one of my favorite books.
Yeah.
I've always told myself if I was ever to have a kid, I would reread that book again because I know like...
I think you were a
it would really
kid.
help.
You were in high school when I gave you that book.
Yeah.
So it was Louise Hay. And when I first started reading her, I actually threw that book against the wall one time. I was so mad. Because I'm like, fuck, you don't know my life. You know what I mean? So here's this lady talking about, how we need to be more loving, how we should, like her idea of praying. She doesn't come out and say to pray, and usually people that are in a higher frequency or in a deeper level of thinking don't bring up God. They say it without saying it because I believe God could be in different forms, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Like it could be, it's energy, whatever.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to give it a chance, man. I didn't want to give her a chance, especially if it's a woman, right? And I think I always had this thing where women aren't going to tell me what to do because I was raised with this mother that was a fucking asshole, and then I was raised with two sisters that are just the most conniving fucking human beings. So I was like, no way am I going to take advice from a woman, and but I said I'd give this lady a chance. So I gave the book a chance. I read it and there was things that just resonated, and I said, fuck, man, I need to just fucking be a better human, And then, anyways, years later, I read a bunch of other books, and then like not too long ago, a couple months ago, I started reading that book All About Love, and she really, like, hit me with why relationships don't work out, and then with some couples, and then she was specific about men, because we grew up with that patriarch, and I raised you with that too, and I always was talking to you about it, like, son, I want you to rethink some of these things that I shared with you about, like the man's the man and you fucking the man. So she in the book, you have if you're a macho fucking tough guy out there and you take care of your family and you provide,
which is most Latinos.
Yeah, which is most Latinos, yeah. But you feel there's this connection with you and your significant other. The lady breaks down why that hardcore patriarch philosophy won't work out. Because the patriarch, a lot of it is about the man being in charge, and she breaks it down. If you're in charge, then that means you're in charge of the woman, right? And you kind of don't see each other as equals, and you don't see the person you're with as an equal. And I never did, and I hate to say it, and I apologize to you, son, that I never saw any girlfriend or your mom, because I thought it was the right thing to do, to you're the man and you got the shield and stand back, little woman, and it really breaks it down why, no, motherfucker, it's that thing where you say you don't want to walk behind somebody, you don't want to walk ahead of somebody, you want to walk side by side with somebody. And I believe if you're in a relationship, it should be side by side. And then it goes with that thing I heard, another thing of why the Japanese is to be even killed, it's like even the way they walk, Japanese, like samurais or whatever, they say, don't walk with your head up because you're not better than anybody. And don't walk with your head down because you're not below anybody. Just walk with your head straight the way you normally walk. So I believe I connected that with that, with
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
Don't you think there's a little bit of the anatomy behind it, where some girls are not extreme like that, but they
a man who's in control or in charge. Yeah, I believe that there's truth to a woman feeling safe where they feel the man could protect them. But there's a difference between being protected. It's almost like having a big brother, I think. You want a big brother that can protect you, but you don't want him kicking your ass. But you don't want him acting better than you. You want him being your loving big brother. That he's a big brother and he's tougher than you or whatever, as when you're kids, obviously when you're all adults, everything evens out. But as a kid having a big brother, you want that big brother to be protective, but at the same time see you as an equal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I see it. And is there, there's, I believe there's, to me that's harmony, right? Because you do have situations where, there's women that take advantage of a guy who's nice, and they fucking treat him like shit. And I've seen those guys,
That's the fucking.
They look they take advantage of the guy's kindness.
Thing ever,
it's sad, the saddest thing, and that's what makes some men say, "Fuck that, I ain't gonna be that pussy," But
I got a question too. So, but don't you feel like sometimes like you're the one driving the ship, your family, you're the one providing, and you're the one isn't that automatically get you
I think that's old school mentality, bro. I think every guy, and I've talked to you about this, Fabian, because you try to give your sons advice, and I say, dude, the woman you pick, because times have changed, it's super, super. The economy is everything's gone up. It's not like back in the day where the man worked and the woman stayed in the house and you could still buy a house. It's like the partner you have, you both have to carry weight, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, Fabian? You both have to be able to carry weight and then help each other. It sounds corny, whatever, man, but that's from what I've experienced, And anyways, man, we take those long drives, bro, with you DJ, and then especially I don't know with Fabian, and I try to like impart the little bit of wisdom that I gain, and try to like maybe have you see things from a different perspective. And I know when we were talking on this trip from Tempe, I could see it in your face, bro. You were like, I think you even said it out loud. You said, "Wow, that's a different point of view that you see me have." Or what would you say, bro?
Yeah. Do you remember exactly what we were talking about?
I remember
about the patriarch.
Okay. No. It was about
sleeping on the couch, right?
Sleeping on the couch because.
That hit me too.
Because we're talking about when you get in an argument with your girl, with your wife, whatever. I've seen you do that all the time.
When I was with your mom, and I have a lot of respect for your mom, bro. We're still friends, as you know, bro. And when we see each other, there's a lot of kindness there. There's none of that bitterness.
Right.
I mean, we couldn't fake it, bro. The way you guys smell that shit right away. There's kindness, and there's almost like whatever happened in our past, we moved on, and now me and your mom, we focus on, okay, what happened to us, but let's help these young men out as a team, even though we're not together. But one of the things, the way this came up was, I think in the book, this lady, All About Love, talks about when you get in a big fight. She says one of the things. There's many. You have to read the book, right? One of the things is when you going to the couch.
Yeah.
And that I really believe that was one. I mean, there was many variables. That was one of them that really I think put a monkey wrench in the relationship, because it started with a fight, and she's like, you know what, you're not sleeping in the bed with me, right? You're not sleeping in the bedroom, and then the machismo shit kicks in, and I was like, all right, fuck it, man. You don't want me to sleep in the bedroom? Shit, I'm a man. I got balls. So I grab a blanket, and I was in the couch. And now I'm mad, right? I'm mad that she did that to me. And I was like, I almost felt like, oh, are you punking me like that?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's just like the man kicks in. And I was like, okay, you're going to hurt me like that. Basically, you're going to hurt me like that. You know what? When you're mad, what is it? It's hurt, man. I don't give a fuck what you say. No, I'm mad because I'm fucking tough. No, you're mad because you're hurt. Everybody that's mad is because they're hurt. If you break down to its purest form, it's hurt turned into fucking anger. So your mom did that to me, right? And I'm not blaming her, and I'm blaming me, bro. I'm not putting blame on nobody, Fabian. So then she said, I don't know, bro, because I'm an extreme motherfucker, and I think you know that. So I don't know, a month went by, or
we were sleeping on the couch?
Dude, nah, bro.
No. Listen, I know what you're gonna say, fucker.
What am I gonna say?
I know what you're gonna say, because it went forever.
Yeah, dude.
But it was my way of showing her, like, no, it went from my way. No, I'm gonna answer that.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I know what you're gonna say. Oh, yeah, 1 month. You ended up staying there a year, or like
years,
forever.
Bro. It was like 4 years.
Like 4 years, was it?
Bro, I remember, dude. It was like
on the couch.
Yeah, like to me it was just normal. It was just like, hey, what's up, Dad? Good morning. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, but I never. Dude, I really didn't think too much about it, because you're a kid. You know what I mean? You don't really like.
Yeah.
And they would always be fighting too. So I was like, man, I want to fucking, I don't want to
ask questions.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna go about my day, and
Okay.
I'm gonna stay in my room.
Okay, so this is how that evolved, bro. I'm gonna explain to you, because you're probably hearing this for the first time, and I'm not trying to justify it, why that happened, Fabian, but it's an explanation. You know what I mean? Right. It's not an excuse, but it's an explanation of how that ended up happening. So part of it was me saying, "Fuck that." You fucking made me do that? And nah, fuck it. What?
So you stayed there. For 4 years.
No, dick. Listen, bro. I'm gonna fucking. You know, fucking. When you can listen or what? Fuck you. All right, dude. So then, I did exaggerate the length of time, right? That I was supposed. But no. It could have been a year or whatever. But then I tried going back to bed. But I was so used to hearing the television loud now because I was in the living room.
Yeah.
I was used to hearing the television loud, and I was used to eating, right? Because I was like, I would grab a beer, and put that little TV tray, and watch snack and watch.
Dude,
No, so that's
exactly.
no because the reason why I never really like thought too much about it because I thought like you liked sleeping on the couch, and I guess you did at one point, right?
Well,
And,
okay, no. I grew to love it, bro.
No, but for me, like I remember when sometimes when I was living with my girl, I would sometimes we would get in fights, and then I'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna sleep on the couch. But in my head, I wouldn't really be that mad. I just kind of just wanted to lay down on the couch and watch TV.
Watch the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but she would take it as, you know,
It's really bad.
It's really bad that we're
Yeah.
like, you know.
Did she ever
really
bring us
bad
up?
turns.
Like, we're not gonna be like your mom and dad.
Nah, I mean, shit.
That's a yes.
I mean,
Dude, you're taking way too long to answer, dude.
Yeah, hey, bro. But what happened was, but you see what happens is what she says, is the author, the lady in the book says, don't do that because those things come up. A lot of different issues. Because you'll come up with so many excuses of why not to sleep together. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So anyways, man, that's how that evolved, man. And I was trying to share with you, and you know, I think as a parent, when you don't disclose yourself and your flaws to your children,
Right.
whether they're female or male, whatever, you know, I just have boys, but you know, whether you have daughters or not, if you don't disclose your weaknesses, then how are they going to grow strong, you know, or you know, or even how do you grow stronger if you don't disclose your weaknesses, man? And it's you know, and I believe you learn to be stronger by admitting your fuck ups, you know, and damn, did I have a lot of them. And that's why I always share shit with you, bro. You know, and it's always to.
No,
I mean,
and I definitely I appreciate that so much too because, you know, I'm getting I do things too where I kind of like, you know, is this something that my dad's done before that I
That you can prevent?
Yeah, that I need to be better at, and so yeah, so it's like a guideline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you've always said that you're better than your dad. You want me to be better than you.
Yeah.
And same for my son.
Yeah, no, for sure, bro. No, for sure. It's funny because, you know, the thing about, like, I love to drink, right? And my dad made it too easy for me to be a better drinker than he is. Right? Because that fucker, from what my mom used to tell me, they used to have to hide the fucking colognes and the rubbing alcohol from him. So as long as I don't do that, I go, I'm better than him.
I could afford tequila.
You know what I mean? So, so she made it too easy for me.
Oh, yeah.
But then I always tell you, bro, you know, if you're gonna drink better than your old man. You know, be a better drinker than me.
Was your mom a drinker?
No, my mom was not a drinker, but she did drink. We would get, me and my two Gargoyle sisters, the older one, what me and the older fucking evil fucking bitch sister would do is she's like a year and a half older than me, bro, but I don't know, she looks 1,000 years older than me. That's you know what that is? That's karma, bro. That's why your tia looks so fucked up. You can't steal and rob people and still look fucking youthful. That's why you're all fucked up looking. What we would do, my mom would get home from work, right? And she would ask for a drink, you know? And we would purposely give her a lot, a lot of alcohol in her mixed drink.
Wait, what? Wait, you would give your mom alcohol?
No, she would ask for a drink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she would like, that's how bossy she was.
All right.
She would be like, come home and take off her shoes, and she'd be like, fix me a drink, like that. So we would make her drinks real fucking strong, so the bitch could pass out.
Okay,
Would she be nicer drunk, or was she?
Yeah, she was a nice drunk. The only time that fucking bitch ever, and by bitch I mean my mom, the only time she ever apologized to me about all the beatings was one time when she got drunk, and I'll never forget that day. It was the most tender, beautiful moment I ever had with my mother. So you people that fucking talk shit about alcohol, fuck you, because it was second most tender moment. First one when I was 7, I got a little gift. But I remember she got so fucking drunk, bro, and she was in the living room and listening to music, and then she said, mijo, come here, you know? And then you know my mom, bro, she would speak English, right? She would, even though my mom was a paisa, she was adamant about speaking English because this is my mom. I love, the bitch had a lot of fucking bad qualities to her, but one of them is she did have a lot of fucking balls, bro. You know that.
Yeah,
she's tough.
Really smart too. Like
super smart.
So is that where y'all get y'all's like outspoken behavior? Like we don't get treated right.
Maybe you, but shit. When I was a kid, man, I was super like quiet, dude. Like I had to learn to be outspoken and like.
And that was my fault, man. Yeah. I know I fucked you guys up because I was always like, shut up. You know?
Yeah, dude. You know what's crazy is well, not crazy. Which is what it was. Is that every time we would go out, people would always be like, "Oh my God, your boys are so polite and
well behaved."
Because like every time someone gave us, we're like, "Yes, thank you, sir. Yes." Yes. and we wouldn't speak a word unless, like, dude, we were raised like little fucking Chinese girls. Dude.
I was a tough down. Hey, bro, you know what? Listen, dick. I was afraid you guys are gonna grow up and go to gangs or growing up in LA, and I thought you guys were gonna do drugs, and so I didn't know how to parent intellectually. I parent like a bull, you know. So I did. So
yeah, no, dude. But if it wasn't for me being in sports, being around, having like close like friend groups with baseball,
right,
and having a mom who's like the opposite, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I probably would have been a lot more fucked up, dude.
No, your mom was a sweet, loving lady, bro. And yeah, I'm glad you had that, you know? Yeah. No, what I wanted like a yin and yang, you know? I didn't want a mom for you guys like, bro, I had a bunch of chicks before your mom. I could have fucking started a family with some, you know, some other chick or whatever. But, you know, your mom was nice. Your mom was sweet. And I said, hey, well, yeah, this is a sweet lady. And I can see we can yin and yang. And she was, bro. She was very, very loving and caring and whatever the fuck I couldn't provide. You know how I saw it? I was such a Neanderthal. I was like, I don't have tits. You know, I can't breastfeed them. Fuck, I have a fucking pair of balls and a fucking dick. You know what I mean? I'm a fucking man. And so I was too extreme the other way where, like I've always said, if I can go back, I would mix a little bit more hugs.
Hey, Dad, so did that book really change your perspective on life?
Which one?
The book about love.
All about love. Yeah. It wasn't like an life alternating thing at all, but there was a chapter in that book, and I know that there's some books I read, and there'll be a paragraph in it that blows me away. Right, a paragraph. Some will be that one had a chapter on that whole patriarch. I'm the fucking man, and it really made me see how when I was with your mom, you know. And you lived it, bro. Everything was super like, I'm the man, and I make all the decisions here, you know. And I it should have been more of a partnership. And then you know, and for that, You know, I've apologized to your mom, bro, many times, man.
Is the book about like loving somebody else or like just love in general?
Both love in general and everything. But I don't know, bro. You know, you say, I know you could think like I'm getting older and what do you say about me? I'm getting older and what, bro?
Oh yeah, you're losing your testosterone. You know?
I'm becoming a fucking bitch, right?
Yeah.
No, no, bro. And I know that's a negative word, man. But come on, people, fucking.
But you know what it is? I do appreciate, like, the fact that you're able to talk about it and admit that it was a little bit of the energy in the household was a little lopsided.
Lopsided, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what a crazy fuck I was,
bro,
dude.
Like, he's such an old school dad, bro. I don't know if you ever had this DJ with your dad, but like, if your dad was in the living room, you know what I mean? Like, you would fucking stay the fuck away from the living room.
What about I never ate with the family? Remember that?
Yeah, dude.
Did you that was the machismo shit. That, okay, I took care of my family. There's the little woman with her little cubs, and I'm the fucking big ass fucking gorilla. I'm gonna eat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat like remember that?
Yeah. No.
Like, instead of all of us eating together,
Yeah.
I was this big fucking gorilla in the living room, and I felt like, all right, the family's eating.
Yeah.
You guys,
no, dude. Every meal, like since I was a kid, like literally every meal.
Do you ever do
breakfast, that? Well, I don't have a family.
He doesn't have kids.
But like
what he's gonna have his old lady eat by herself?
You're right.
DJ.
But
You ever do that? No. You eat here, baby. I'm eating in the other room.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So I remember he would always have his meals there, but occasionally he would eat at the dinner table.
It would be awkward,
Bro,
huh?
I would hate it. I'd be like, Mom, why is he here? Like, what the fuck?
I was trying to bond. It was like, part of me would say, you know what? I should eat with the little people.
Yeah,
no,
dude.
bro. Because I felt like I was like the hunter, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I got the food, I gather it, I fucking kill it. Eat, people.
Dude.
The man's gonna go rest now. Where he's been on a big hunt. You know, I was a fucking...
Dude, I
fucking caveman, bro.
Those dinners, bro. Like, I would just be quiet, bro. Like,
would he try to talk to you?
this is good soup.
No, nobody would say shit. It would be the quietest fucking people eating. It would be the most fake conversations, right? How's school, son? School's great, Dad. Thank you. You know, how's karate going? Karate's excellent, Dad. Right? But, right, you and Willie.
Yeah, dude. I would just try to eat as fast as I could. Be like, all right, that's good. Thanks, Mom. Go to my room.
All right, listen, man. To everybody out there, you live and learn, man. The worst thing is, I'm gonna tell you, and I say this, I probably throughout a few of the podcasts that might sound a little redundant, but for you dads out there, you young dads, man, fucking please learn from people's mistakes. Most of all, learn from your own mistakes. Grow, be a better person. Enjoy is on the road. You know, when we're out there, you know, a lot of stuff I say is truth. DJ, I love watching your growth as a young comic, bro, because I've seen you, peel the onion, as they say, and talk deeper about real shit, you know?
Thank you.
So I enjoy you, man. And
thank you, man.
And it goes for you, son. You know you.
Hey, you know what's crazy is I think drinking together
and smoking weed.
and smoking weed,
weed
really helped our relationship. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. This fucker made me a stoner, people. My son made me a stoner.
And my dad made me an alcoholic. But no, cause like, dude, I remember there'd be times, bro, like where for me, I don't know, you too, where I can only say shit when I'm fucking like loaded. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's healthy.
Yeah, that shit don't sound healthy when it comes out.
Yeah, man, bro. Sometimes you let it loose, man. I'm like, Boogie, you make me cry. Boogie, I'm sorry, mijo. Should have been a better father. But hey, man, we love you guys. Thank you for hanging out, man. Mad love, you guys. When this Willie's Barcenas drop in is you guys, and we appreciate you guys dropping in, man. Mad love. You know, I always forget my dates, man. I should know my dates, but DJ or
I'm gonna put them on the.
You gonna put them on my dates I got coming up. I know. I don't know. You guys will see. You guys will see. Mad love. Thank you for chilling with us. You know, I always enjoy sipping on my tequila, having a little beer, smoking a cigar with you guys, and nothing but mad love. Keep growing, man. That's all we can do. I don't give a fuck. Hey, it's not. You know, it's not how you start. It's how you finish, right? It's old. Corny saying, but it is what it is. Mad love. Mijo, you want to say anything?
Thank you guys for dropping in.
DJ?
Thank you guys.
Man, a few words.
You said what I was going to say. It's an honor to be here.
Love you guys, man. Peace out.